In case you somehow missed it or have been under a rock for the better part of the last week, Avengers Doomsday is now officially what was formerly known as Avengers the Kang Dynasty, and Robert Downey Jr. is going to be playing Doctor Doom, and the fan base is very divided. So if you guys would like a lot more on this, we are actually recording the podcast today, which is why we didn't actually drop one on Sunday, because we wanted to cover everything from San Diego Comic-Con and Deadpool and Wolverine. So look for that within the next 24 hours. Now with that out of the way, let's talk about the revelations, right? So the Russo Brothers are back, set to direct Avengers 5 and 6. And this, of course, is the combo of Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. Now, the moment this hit, I was shocked, happy, confused. Pretty much all the emotions ran through, right? But I see what they're doing, you know? I see what they're going for here. And we're going to have some theories and stuff that, again, we're going to talk about soon. So stay tuned. But when I heard this, I realized, hey, we're getting Doctor Doom. Here we go. They had to get rid of Kang. The Russo brothers are back. I'm excited. I posted the video, and then after it went up, I started looking at the comments, and I went pretty much everywhere you can find comments and reactions, and it's very split. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of people angry. There's a lot of people just straight up confused. Some people saying this is desperation mode, and I think a part of it is, but also think of the Jonathan Majors situation, right? And at the same time, we got to look at the bigger picture here, with the Russo brothers back and what they're planning, which we clearly don't know. There's so little we know about this outside of what was announced. But the big thing that I'm seeing that's dividing the fan base, and this is what I want to focus on in the bulk of this video, is the reception to this. Because apparently a lot of people forgot that we're in the multiverse saga somehow. So automatically, you should understand that this isn't Robert Downey Jr. returning from the dead to play Doctor Doom. Iron Man is still very much dead. This is Robert Downey Jr. returning what is more than likely a completely different universe where he is Victor Von Doom, or maybe not. Maybe there's a twist to it. We don't know yet, right? But he's going to play whatever their incarnation of Doom is. This doesn't mean that he's 616 Doctor Doom, because he's not. That would be Tony Stark. He's Tony Stark, right? And I think a lot of people are just jumping on to hate when they haven't kept up with the MCU. And I went and just looked at like the most popular comment section of like IGN, and even among my friends and people, you know, that used to watch, but they're like, oh, I got burnt out. Even they are hating that he's back because they're undoing Tony's death. And again, I'm seeing a lot of confusion from casuals who were part of the water cooler talk. They wanted to get on the MCU because it was the talk of the town and popular. And they jumped ship and they haven't kept up. And now they just think they're undoing everything, which isn't it's not the truth. It's not the facts, right? And I think a part of this confusion is spreading far and wide, because I even see it in our comments, which is weird because we're like a hardcore nerd channel, right? And people don't know. So it's very confusing, and I think the messaging on this is going to have to be really crystal clear to everybody. And over on social media, because this was a, combo of, oh my god, shocking things with the release of Deadpool and Wolverine, I even saw people talking about how they ruined Logan's death by bringing him back from the dead. Which again, clearly these people haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine. So I think that there's a lot of misinformation that's leading to this, and there's also the usual, well, MCU is dead, MCU in shambles, look at how they have to resort to this. That's all compiling on this. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not just straight up defending this. I do think it's a little lazy. It's lazy to get the Russo brothers back because, they're safe. It's very lazy to go and get Robert Downey Jr. back because it's going to pull in billions of dollars. It's obvious why they're doing it. But I believe that there's something creative here that's going to stick out more so than what people think. And just because I wanted to kind of gauge some of the reception to this. I just kind of went and saw what some of my casual friends were saying, that they're the types that are like, look, I'm burnt out. I don't like this. I watched WandaVision. I watched a little Loki, but they don't know. And across the board, it's outrage that they're, again, bringing back Tony Stark from the dead and turning him into Doctor Doom. Again, fundamental misunderstanding of what they're doing. And at the same time, I wanted to kind of talk to some of my more hardcore nerd friends and people in the CBC group who are the most hardcore. And they seem to understand exactly what the angle here is. So I think, and this is what I'm just getting from this, I think that there is a clear divide of hardcore versus casuals, and the casuals don't know. And it's weird because you would think that everything we saw in the MCU, that the casuals became a little bit more hardcore, but they haven't. They didn't. And that is very confusing to me. And I think that might actually have an impact on this film. Not as big as some people think, because people will show up to see this in droves, and it's going to be a $2 billion hit. But I think there is going to be a small fallout from this that does turn a lot of people off. And I understand where the anger is coming from. But let's not kid ourselves. People are going to show up to watch this thing. Even if they jumped off the MCU, they will show up to another Avengers film. And maybe some of these people are going to catch up and go, oh wow, okay, this makes sense. I get it. The multiverse, I get it now. But I am definitely seeing the most amount of confusion, and this is the dumbest idea, and this is dumb, from people that have abandoned it. And I'm not saying that it's just the casuals. It is hardcore people as well. But I think we're more accepting of what they could do and what they might do. And some of us that have read the comics and know what Secret Wars is and what they're setting up, and looking at Doomsday, I think we can clearly tell the trajectory of what they're doing and how it's going to go. And I think once the messaging is crystal clear, and again, I think once people see Doomsday, they're going to look at it and go, oh, I get it. I get it. Because the film is going to make a point to be like, this isn't Tony Stark. And they're going to know when Doctor Doom shows up and he takes his mask off and the reaction is Tony, and he's like, no. And then he just automatically kills somebody to make a statement. And then he's like, I'm Victor Von Doom, standing there. Magic coming from his hands as he just killed an Avenger. And I think I know who they're going to kill, because I did the math and there's only one possible choice. It's going to be very interesting, and I'm all about this. I get the anger, I get the division, but why are the people that actively have been saying, I don't watch the MCU, I don't care about it, I don't want it, I'm done, I got burnt out after the Endgame thing, why are these people the most vocal? It's like, I thought you moved on, I thought you were done, so why do you care so much? And I think that's a sign that they will be back, because they care. And once again, Marvel and Avengers will be the water cooler talk, and they're going to have to get on board just like they did last time, because it was water cooler talk. So that's what I'm getting from this. Yes, the fan base is currently divided, but just wait till that first trailer drops. And, well, as the famous Batman v Superman meme says, then we'll talk.